Hi, this is Rick Harsh of Corona Books. This is just going to be a short commentary on global warming. Uh, I'm in the upper Adriatic, right near Trieste, and it's in the 30s today, centigrade. I've got my daughter looking up Fahrenheit, so she begins to understand that there are two measurements, and she'll have some idea about how the world works, that kind of thing. Summer school, we call it. Since there aren't any jobs, you might as well learn something. Well, anyway, so I go to the post office, and people have bought some books this week, and we got the two new ones. I'm reading. I'm almost done with the first story in assisted living, and it's a gem. It's a gem. It's not a happy story, but it's a story, and it's a good story, and it's a very well written story. I was going to write down all the lines that I liked, or underline them, but I didn't do that. The other book, Year of the Plague Rat, is just a romp, a romp. It's it's an easy, it's highly energized, and it's a romp. Anyway, so I go to the post office, and then the next stop is often the grocery store, because you pass it when you go to the post office, and then you stop in and you get what you need. And on a day like today, it's a little grocery store. It's part of a chain. The big store is somewhere else, but they got small ones around the downtown area here. The old Venetian style downtown. This one's right on the edge of downtown, next to the post office. And they have two registers. Usually they have one person working. And then it's summer, and a lot of people come from the sea, which is right here. And they come, and they buy a few things, and the lines can get really long all of a sudden. So I come in there, and there's two registers, and they're both open. And then I go get milk, because we shouldn't always have to buy the big case of milk. So I told the kids, hey, let's, whenever we go to the grocery store, let's pick up an extra milk, and so we don't run out all the time. And anyway, so I go in there and I pick up some milk and some tomatoes and some kind of weird gin and tonic in a can drink. That's what I'm drinking now. It's that time of year. If I buy a whole bottle of gin, then I don't know what'll happen. And by the time I get back to the cash register, one guy's gone, and he's stacking shit, and there's only one person left at the cash. There's only one register's open, and a long line has developed. I turned, and I looked several times at this can of gin and tonic, and fuck it, why not? So I go get the cans, I turn around, and I've only walked 4 steps, and suddenly the line is back to where I am. That quick, you get a long line. But the thing is, it's really hot outside. It's cool in there. And same with the post office. It was empty, but cool. And so it's, one of the joys of hot days like this is to go into a cold place and then come out again. And then it's less joyful because it's really fucking hot. And so the what they do at the grocery store is, when a line gets too long, the other person comes back, and then you have 2 registers open again. And that happened when I was just I had to go to the far register. That's the one that was open all the time, and the near register, I had to go. The line goes past it. By the time the line got right to where I would have been the first person when the guy came and opened it, an old lady, not too old, but old enough, probably 10 years younger than me, and had a whole shitload of groceries, and she was in the other line, But you have the the what do you call it? An escalator? No, a walkathon. One of them things where you put your groceries in, it goes. Yeah, and then they got the register, and then after that, the place where you pack up your groceries after you paid for them. Well, she put all of her groceries there, and said something, like, I'll just go to you, you know. And the guy, and it's a young guy, going to school and all that, and he's not going to be mean to some old lady. And then there was someone between me and her, and those two both should have been in the other line, and I should have been first. But I think the time in line is not such a big deal because the more I'm in line, the more I'm in this cool place. But I just laughed because opportunists just crack me up, and so I just said opportunist, and I was laughing like this loud, and the whole place, everybody was staring at me. I was the happiest man alive, and everybody was staring at me like I was insane. And except the workers, they knew what was going on, and I just thought it was so fucking funny. I was laughing, and the only adults, they'd look at me and look away. They had to catch what was happening and then look away. But little kids, there were two little kids, and they were just staring at me the whole time. Like, because kids are like people in Asian countries. They stare. Why do they stare? Because I'm a goofball white man, and much taller than most of the people on the subway, and so they all stare at me. Frank stares. Frank stares. I was once in pain with a severely, completely broken ankle on an island in Hong Kong, and people just were gathered around, and more coming and just staring at me, and I was just cracking up because of thinking, God, this has got to be the weirdest thing they're gonna see for several days at least. Tall white man on the ground writhing in extraordinary pain with a deformed foot because the ankle was broken and the foot was, like, and but it was funny to me, and I really appreciated the frankness of their looks. We're looking at this because it's something to look at, and white people are different, and Slovenes are no different from USA Americans in this regard. It's not polite to stare, but looking, semi-fearfully, that's a little bit different. Anyway, it was a blast. Now, do I believe in climate change? No. All my belief in life has gone towards religion, and it's actually disbelief, which is a form of belief. And so I don't believe in God or anything like that, But climate change, I don't believe in it, but I know it's happening, and I know largely why. I understand the science as well as a writer can. I mean, not a science writer, but a fiction writer. So yeah, climate change is happening, and we're all burning up. And I'm just telling you, you get in an air-conditioned place, just relax. Stay there, and if it's funny, laugh. Okay. Well, I don't have to tell you that. Sorry. Brought to you by Saver Guitars. They make the best guitars in ex-Yugoslavia. Right here, right near Trieste.